All right, welcome back to the channel. Max Tornow here, and in this video I want to talk about it's not 2007 anymore, how you actually become successful and generate revenue as an online coach or online service provider nowadays. So if you're still kind of caught in the mindset of, oh, you got to create content, you have to give a lot for free, and only then once you've built a proper brand, then you can make money, then this video is for you. Pay attention, because I'm going to tell you a lot of uncomfortable truths here. And yeah, let's crack right into it. It's a little bit more of a ranty video. You know, if you can't maintain focus for longer than 4 minutes, then I do recommend you to watch another channel. But the reason why I wanted to shoot this video is I had a very, very dear friend of mine whom I've known very, very long, and his business is not doing so well. He had a business that was very, very big, you know, in 2007, all the way until a couple of years ago, and the business was going very great because he did the right thing back then, meaning his business was built on his personal brand. He had you know, tons of followers on YouTube, tons of followers on Instagram. He still has. And he was doing very, very well because their philosophy, or his philosophy for their business, was give everything out for free and basically go, you know, alongside Gary Vaynerchuk's thank you economy kind of style. Meaning, you know, give out 3 hours, 4 hours of video content, just give people everything, and then, you know, basically make people so grateful that they would actually get on board with a paid program. Now, like I said, that used to work extremely well, but it doesn't work so well anymore. Instead, nowadays, the way to actually generate an income and really make your company survive, or even your brand survive, is you have to be much more direct with your selling, and you have to give out way, way less content, and you have to be good with properly priced selling. Okay, more about that in a second. I do want to talk a little bit about why it has gotten to this point, why the natural flow of things is where it is right now. It is the following, because everyone started doing that. Okay, like I said, back to 2007, or like that era, 2007, until 2012. I think the peak was more on 2012, 2013. It was, if you're the person, the brand, the influencer that just gave out all the content for free, you were different, because until that point you had email marketing, you had you know, funnels and stuff like that, and then you said, you know what, let's just give out everything for free, and then people will buy, and it worked very, very well. But it has happened at this point now that it's kind of all over the place. For you as a consumer, there's not only that one person that you watch on YouTube now because they're giving away all their free content, there's all these other people, which means for you as a consumer, or as a potential fan, as a potential client, you have so much being thrown at you that it's hard to focus on one thing. There's so much noise out there in terms of information. Plus, as a result of that, we've lost our focus. We don't, like I said at the beginning, like, I know most people are not going to even watch this video to the end, including very likely you, because people just lose their focus. You're not used to maintaining focus for 2-3 hours on YouTube anymore. People don't do that. Hell, I barely even watch an Instagram story, which is what, 13 seconds long or something like that. Like, we're so used to just have our dopamine hit over and over again and faster, that people are not used to consuming long form content, let alone consuming enough that they become a diehard fan of yours, let alone consuming enough to then say, oh, let me pay that person to get some sort of premium program. And it's not even that people say things like, oh, I don't want to buy this. So many people would say, oh, I will buy this girl's program eventually, but first I need to execute all the free content that I've given. Right? All the free content I've been given, it's all there, so I need time to execute that, and only then, if I still need help, I will actually go and buy a premium coaching program from that person. But again, here, our inability to maintain focus over a longer time is again a big disadvantage, because now people say, oh, I will execute, and in the meanwhile they go watch 10% of someone else's video here, 20% here, they get confused, they procrastinate, they don't execute. So they might even have the total willingness to give you money at some point, but they never end up doing that, which means you have lost a potential client, and not only have you lost money, but also you have deprived yourself of the opportunity of actually bringing that person results. All right, and I know that too from my very, very first business. It just got harder and harder to get people to buy a program from you, because they would just say like, oh, you know, the value that you've just given me is so much, I gotta execute that first. And that's not a bad thing per se. Like, if someone gets value and they execute, that's great. But again, they would end up not executing. They would end up kind of half-assedly watching your content for 6 months and then give up and then move on to the next thing. And you as a coach, you've never converted that person, and that person as your follower, as somebody who could have used the help, who had a problem that you could have fixed, never ended up fixing the problem. And that is, by the way, both offline as well as online. I used to do seminars as well, and I used to do very, very long form seminars. Our seminars would be incredible, okay? For my first business, they would be 3-4 hours long, amazing rants. I would give it all. I would, you know, some people even see me after these seminars. I'd be brain dead because I give it all because I'm so passionate about these things, right? And often enough, I would have people come over to me and they'd be like, oh my God, Max, you're changing my life. This is so amazing. Thank you so much for everything. It's really, really amazing. Best speech ever, you know. And I'm like, cool, so you joined the program? And they're like, oh, no. I have to execute that first. You just gave me 4 hours of freaking content. I need time to just process it and execute that, right? And again, that's great. And I think we're going to slowly walk back, right? That's a great thing, but I would see that very same person 6 months later, and I'm like, hey, you're back, how are you doing? Like, oh, you know, excuse number 1, excuse number 2, excuse number 3, I didn't have time, blah, 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 something came in between. So again, if you create this 2007 long form content hoping that people will buy eventually, it's a lose-lose. It's a lose for you because they never convert, and it's a lose for a potential prospective client because they're not executing, right? Because there's no monetary leverage, right? Let's talk about that idea of monetary leverage too. And I say that in many, many videos. Look at your own consumer behavior. I look at my own consumer behavior. When I get something for free, I don't execute. How many people are executing from the videos that they're getting here, right? How many videos have you right now watched on my channel? Maybe it's the first, maybe it's the third, maybe it's the 5th video, and you still haven't taken action because it's for free. Because I'm giving this stuff out for free. So what do you usually do? You X out of it, you continue with your breakfast, you close it, you watch a cat on a skateboard video, and that is it. And it just kind of titillated your brain a little bit, and it didn't penetrate your brain mass, and you actually executed and gotten results, right? And what happens then is, you as a creator, you get a bunch of fans, you get a bunch of fanboys or fangirls that would do anything to take a photo with you, but neither are they becoming your client, but most importantly, they're not getting results. So you have a bunch of fanboys who never execute anything and whom you're not really helping. So all you're basically doing is you're creating entertainment. That is it. If you as an online coach think you want to go all 2007 on your A, and you want to create a bunch of content, waste your own time, money, energy on creating great videos on YouTube and building a brand and building a podcast channel and stuff like that, if you want to do that, then you might as well just be a YouTuber who films himself with like daily vlogs or something. It's just pure entertainment. You're not helping anybody. You don't have a business. You can call yourself a CEO of Schmuck Industries as much as you want on Instagram to impress your old friends from school. But at the end of the day, you don't have a business because you're not making money. You don't have clients because they're not executing. You're simply an entertainer who has a bunch of fanboys or fangirls who don't execute. All right? Bottom line, this is not 2007 anymore. It is 2019, 2020, depending on when we're releasing this video. We're a little ahead. What should you do instead? Like I said, you gotta go more direct. That means what I would teach, for example, our clients when they're starting out, forget about building a brand, forget about building a following whatsoever. Money first, then brand. You can always build a brand later. I'm building a brand here, I'm giving out free content, right? But I'm making my fair share of a couple million a year already, which is why I can do that. And I know what type of content to create because I'm selling, all right? So focus on selling first. Now that gets to a point that if you're watching this right now and you don't have anything, okay? Neither are you known, nor do you have a brand whatsoever, focus on selling first. We call this manual lead generation. And most of our clients that start in our program, they don't have anything and they literally learn how to make their first 4 to 5 figures a month with nothing. Not even a website, not even an Instagram account whatsoever. All they do is reaching out to clients manually, and they learn how to convert someone from a DM into becoming your client. And again, you can make 4 to 5 figures a month with that. You can scale it up. We've had clients who make 50K, 70K a month, literally without a website, literally without any of these marketing tools, just by generating leads manually. This is what you got to do first. And then, only then, once you're cracking around, so we always say the first milestone is around $10,000 a month. And then after that, you can start implementing small micro content things. And by that, I mean, don't go for masses, focus on a small niche market. And just post a little bit of content on your Instagram, on your Facebook, basically the profiles that you're using to do manual lead generation. And you can post specific type of content that just shows potential clients that you are real, that you can actually help them. Again, we talk much deeper on that in our programs. And then once you get into around 50K a month, where you say, okay, you're making 50K a month very consistently, which is literal proof that you understand your target audience, that you know how to sell, only then does it make sense to build a small niche brand. And again, here, small niche brand. Forget about creating a broad brand and becoming the fitness influencer with a blue check mark. I know these guys because they always reach out to me because they want to goddamn work with me, and they're always too broke to afford it. Okay? The great influencer flying around in first class with a blue check mark, looking cool and looking rich, says the guy with the rented Lambo. This is a rental, okay? It's a rental. I don't live in this country here. I'm not gonna buy a car in a country where I don't live, but I'm here for 2 days and I want to drive around in a nice car, which is why I got that. Understand that, okay? Don't believe everything that is on social media, okay? So again, if you want to build a brand, only go for a small niche audience, okay? Small niche audience that is able to afford your services, because that is much better than a large audience of I can help anybody, of a bunch of broke people who would never execute, but they want to have a photo with you. You can always have that later if you're making a couple mil a year. All right. Bottom line, it is not 2007 anymore. This is 2019, 2020 and beyond. You have to be able to sell first, then focus on the small niche market. Use social media as like a little bit of an amplification of the revenue that you're generating, not as your source of revenue in the first place. Okay. Wake up. You don't have a business unless you're actually making money. You have a so-called toy business, which my employees and I laugh about very wholeheartedly if you claim you have a business but you're not making any money. So if you want to learn how to be free as an online coach and actually make money, okay, not being cool on Instagram but actually making money, have a legit business that allows you to be free as an online coach, as an online service provider, then you can now literally jump on a free consultation call either with me directly or with an expert from my team. And on that free consultation call, we'll be working hand in hand together with you to break you free from all the whackness and the 9-to-5 job hamster wheel kind of thing, and we'll basically build a strategy for you to become free as an online coach, all right, or online service provider. All you have to do is you click that link down in the description below. Link brings you to a page. Read what's on the page because it's important information for you to get started. And then at the bottom of that page, you fill out the application and you can book the exact date and time where you want us to call you. Call is entirely for free, no hidden costs, even if it's international. Don't worry about that. And this call is especially for you if you already have a skill and you want to learn how to monetize it. It's also for you if you don't know what your skill is, what value you could be giving people, but you like the idea of being free as an online coach. This call is for you. We can analyze your strengths. We know what model works for you, okay? And also this is for you if you're already making money but you want to do it more legit, more long-term, better scaled, etc., right? But in all these instances, you got to be willing to take action. Like I said, don't watch these videos without taking action, because otherwise they're just a waste of your time. You got to be willing to take action and to really make that happen. If the link in the description still works, it means we still have spots open. More and more people are jumping on the opportunity for these calls, of course, right? Because they see that it works, they see that our clients are making money. So if you want to also become successful, and that call is for you, take action before it's too late. I want to say thank you very much for watching. Welcome to 2020, 2019 and beyond. Thank you so much for watching. Talk to you very, very soon, and GG.